So welcome back. In this episode, I'm going to share with you what I learned from Don Lack and how his YouTube videos has helped me a lot when it comes to positioning myself as the only logical choice, and as well as getting rid of the clients that doesn't really pay what your worth is. So at the end of this video, if you haven't dig all the YouTube videos of Don Lack, then you will discover what are the main theme that Don Lack is pushing that you need to have or you need to acquire so that you can get paid more, you will be valued more, and you will be respected as how you want people to respect you. So in this episode, that's what we're gonna talk about. So the first lesson that I learned from Don Lack is that if you want to be valued more or to be respected, or you want to get paid more, you need to acquire a high income skills. And what is a high income skills is that you take or you choose just one specific thing, then you focus on it and become expert at it. Let's just say, for example, if you think about doctors are not just doctors. They have specialty that they are just focused on just one thing. Just say, for example, compare the family doctor that you have or a general doctor. And if you compare that to a surgeon, let's say a brain surgeon or a cardiac surgeon, guess who get paid more? Of course, those surgeons, because they're the only people that can do the specific task, which is a very high, you should be a highly skilled doctor so that you can perform that type of surgery. So just think about your niche right now, or just think about your market where you're in right now. What are the things that you can think of that no one else is doing, or maybe there are already few people that is doing it, but you know that this is a high income skills. You know that when you go to the meeting or when you go and meet the prospect, you know that you can solve more problems. And when you solve the problems, you know that they will value your worth, they will value your time for solving that problem. So that if you give more value, then they will also give you a value, which is like, it could be money, it could be a share, or it could be whatever. Okay, so if you give value, then you will get another value. So give and get. So compared to what other people are doing in your marketplace, and they're just bidding about the price. So the more you separate yourself with the market, with the crowd, and the more you stand out. So those are the first lessons that I learned from Don Lack that has helped me a lot. And this really enables me to really find the client or the people that can value my time, that value what my worth is, so that I can get rid of those lowball clients. So think about in your market and how you can apply this. So the number 2 lesson that I learned from Don Lack is that you need to position yourself as the only logical choice in your market. So just say, for example, if you do, let's say you're a consultant, or let's say you're a real estate agent. Now, what can you do in order for you to be positioned as the only logical choice in your market? So if you're a real estate agent, you cannot just like sit in your office and just try to find clients. Now, what you can do right now, which is, I really look up to this guy, and he has a YouTube channel, and he's a real estate agent in New York, and his name is Ryan Serhan. I'm not sure if you are familiar with this, but definitely check his YouTube channel, because you will learn a lot on how he deal or negotiate with clients, how he negotiate with real estate agents, or how he negotiate with people who work to build that house. So just say, for example, that you're a real estate agent. Think about what you can bring on the table, so that when the client or the prospect that you are trying to attract see your videos, they will say like, this is the guy that I like to work with, or this is the guy where I will buy my dream house. So always put out content so that when the prospects see that content, you will be more closer to them because you're giving value. Because the more you give value, the prospect will consume it, and then they will get attached to you as if they are so close to you, as if your prospect and you have this really tight bonding. So think about it. If you're a real estate agent or whatever you do in your profession right now, think about how you can bring value to your prospects so that when they see your content, the value exchange is more important. And when the time that they are ready to purchase their dream home, or when the time that they're ready to sell their house, they will look for none other less but you. So think about how you can bring value so that you will be positioned as the only logical choice in your marketplace. The number 3 lesson that I learned from Don Locke is that you should be okay to handle objections. Now, what do you mean by this? Handling objections is pretty common, and especially if you're in business or whatever profession that you are doing right now, there is always an objection, especially you are selling something or you are trying to provide something. And especially if you are in the business, people will always ask you, why are you expensive? Why do you charge this much? Or why should I hire you? Why should I hire your service to do the things that we want to get it done? So think about it. Those are just some of the examples of objections. Now, if you can handle those objections, you will not be fear when talking to the client. You will not be so anxious on how you will present your presentation to the client so that they will say yes and all the stuff. So think about how can you handle objections, and when they have these objections, how can you turn it around so that it will be on them, not you? Because your purpose of being there is to let them discover the solution for their problems, and that problem can only be solved if they will hire you. Okay, always let the client sell themselves, not you, because your job is to give them clarity of what they really need in order for them to solve their problem. Because if you are trying to just push yourself, if you are just trying to promote yourself during a meeting or during a conversation with your prospect, then that's where you lose the sale, because your integrity will be covered with all those promotions and flowery words. But if you will come from the angle of trying to let them discover of what are the things that they need in order for them to solve their problems, then you will become more respected and you will really position yourself as the only logical choice, because you are just there to give value. You are just there, not on the opposite side, but you are there with them to solve the problem. So think about it, and I hope you learned something from this. Definitely check Don Locke's YouTube channel, because he has just a lot of videos that will help you, especially if you're in business and you want to grow your skills and to become the only logical choice in your marketplace. So I hope you learned something, and if you do, always remember to click the subscribe button if you're new here, or just hit that like button if you learned something, or thumbs down if you didn't, so that I will know that I am creating the right content for you, so that I will know what are the things that you would like. So if there are questions that you want to ask me and you want to discover, especially if you have some questions from other people, then let me know in the comment box down below so that I can do some research and I will give you some insights of what I think they're doing or what I think will be beneficial to you, and how you can also apply it in your own business or in your own personal brand. So I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao for now.